take leave now and go on vacation to have me time. You would be wondering why is she saying so, right? So, well, our theme is making me crave for vacations. So let's dive into Vacation Diaries with Toastmaster Pravesh. So, with thunderous round of applause, please help me welcome our team mod, Toastmaster Pravesh Ranawat.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imani, for handing over the stage. So let me show you something before we start proceeding.
TM Pravesh, the audio is not like available to us.
Hello, everyone. So I think you must have got idea that what we are going to have in our meeting today. So this meeting is about the theme Vacation Diaries. So vacation, what is the few words that comes in your mind whenever you hear the word vacation?
Ledger.
Escape.
Okay. What? Escape?
Yes.
You want to escape from vacation?
No. Escape from my boring life.
Okay, that's good.
Relaxing, full relax.
Chill.
I can only think of peace, freedom, and of course, lead to a better health. Any vacation, for that matter.
Peaceful mind.
Okay, peaceful mind. Also good. So, what I think whenever I hear the word vacation, I feel like it's fun, it's adventure, it's about my friends, it's about beaches and mountains where I want to go. I want to do bungee jumping, I want to do paragliding, I want to jump from 1,000 feet high using parachute. That's what a vacation means to me. I want to do all those adventurous activities with my friends and families. So that's what vacation means for me, where I can just leave out my routine life and I will just forget all the worries I have in my head, all the office work, all the meetings I have. Everything will be at the bottom part, and the first will be the enjoyment and fun. With this, let me tell you a small story about a vacation trip I had with my friends. I went to McLeodganj with a few of my friends, and we reached. It was during my college time. We were in third semester, so we all were new friends. So we went to McLeodganj through train. So now one of my friend, we were four friends, and one of our friend was afraid of heights at that time. So by tricking him, we took him to the one of the bungee jumping sites. And but when he reached there, he was afraid that he cannot do bungee jumping from there. So one of my friend to show him, he jumped from there and he safely landed. Second one also jumped, but after that his turn was there, but he told that should I jump or not? Whether I jump or not, and he was in dilemma. So what I did, I went back to him and I just kicked him on his back. So that time he just went down. And but the sound echo that he created lasted till the time he reached the down. After that, we went for paragliding. We jumped from very like 1,000 feet height from a chopper was there. From there, we jumped. Then we went to some of the places for river rafting, like in Himachal Pradesh. We have one of the site called Satluj, where we went for river rafting, where we had an awesome experience of doing river rafting. So that's what one of the trip I have planned with my friends, and that was one of the most lovable vacation I had with my in my life. So we will discuss more about this. So now it's time to call the G for today's meeting, Toastmaster Mania.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Can I hear good evening?
Good evening.
So I'm a bit new to the structure of this meeting. So Himani, I'm supposed to introduce all the auxiliary roles plus I presume.
Yes, yes. You're supposed to introduce you as GE. What is your role? And then you're supposed to introduce the tag team.
All right.
And then you can hand over the stage to Team Mod.
All right. So good evening, everyone. I'm Manya Desinghani. I'm part of Toastmasters Club of Speaking and Leadership. And today I'm a part of this meeting. And this evening, as Himani invited me to play the role of general manager. So I'll just lay down my duties as what I will be doing and what my role will incorporate. And thereafter, I'll introduce the auxiliary roles. So as the name the general evaluator suggests, I will be the general person of this meeting who would be calling upon all the speech evaluators who would be sharing their evaluation for the speeches, as well as I will be calling upon the auxiliary role players who will be sharing their reports after the table topic section. Hence, I will be giving my feedback for the evaluators as well as the auxiliary role players and also to the team board and the team. So to proceed with the agenda, I would like to call upon stage the tag team, that is the auxiliary role players, who are stand as the pillars of the meeting to use the role on stage. So firstly, I would like to call upon stage the timer Toastmaster Bhavish.
Thank you so much, Manya. Very good evening, everyone. My name is Bhavesh Methwani, and today's my role is of timer. I am responsible for keeping time for the speeches. My role also comprises of reminding speakers of how much time they have spent on their speeches and how much time they have before they should finish their speeches. Let me explain you the rules of the timing. For prepared speeches, the time range would be of 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show you all a green card, which would be like this. Is my screen visible, guys? Okay.
Yes.
At 6 minutes, I will show you the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will show you the red card. And I will keep on the screen until the speaker leaves or finishes his or her speech. For table topics, the time range would be of 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will be showcasing this green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I will be showcasing this yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will be showcasing this red card. And as of course, it will be there on the screen until the speaker finishes his or her speech. For evaluation, of course, the time range would be of 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, green card will be visible. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card will be visible. And at 3 minutes, red card will be visible. And It will be there up till the until the speaker finishes his or her speech. For the auxiliary roles, the time range would be of 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, green card will be shown. At 1.5 minutes, yellow card. And at 2 minutes, red card will be shown. And it will be there on the screen until the speaker finishes his or her speech. That's it from my side. Over to you, G. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pradesh, for laying down the time dimensions for all the speakers, evaluators, and the speakers. And now I would like to proceed with the second person with the A in tag, and that's the R counter, Toastmaster Rajesh to introduce the videos. So can I have Toastmaster Rajesh?
In beginning, how much slow we are, it doesn't matter. In beginning, how much slow we are, it doesn't matter. But how much punctual and how many mistakes we work upon, it really matter. So today, thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I will doing a role of a counter, and I will be listening very carefully for the uses of repetitive words, uses like etc. etc. I shall also watch out for catch word, unrequired pauses, joiner, and so. I will keep a record of a number of times. Will report that when called upon by General Evaluator near the end of the meeting. So over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajesh. And now it's time to call upon the final, but the most important, like my favorite, that is the grammarian for today's meeting, and that's Toastmaster Manan. So over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Manya. Well, it is said that listening to a grammatically correct language is like a singer hitting all the correct notes correctly, right? So today, as a grammarian, my role would be to hear each and everyone on the stage and catch out the beautiful usage of vocabulary and words and phrases, but also note down the improvement areas so that we all can work together and improve our language. As a grammarian, this is also my role to provide the word of the day and idiom of the day. But today I have a little bit of twist in that. So, because since we are talking about vacations and we all want to remember the good time that we had, so instead of one word of the day, I've got you a couple of words for today so that you guys can use it as much as you can to describe your experiences. So the first word that I've got for you is the downtime, which means the time when one is not working, right? Downtime meaning the time when one is not working. The usage would be, it is time for me to take some downtime and go to the beach, correct? The second word is embark. Embark, which means to board a flight or a ship or to begin a journey. And its usage would be, he embarked for India on Monday morning. Now, the third word I've got for you is picturesque. Picturesque, which means very beautiful and very pretty. The usage would be, Himalayan mountain ranges are loaded with picturesque view everywhere you move your head. Okay, so I've got three words for you. I'm repeating them again. Downtime, which means time when one is not working. Embark, which means to begin and going on a journey. Picturesque, which means very pretty. And with that, I've got one last idiom for you to use, which is to hit the road, which means to start the journey. So the common usage would be, and it is like one of the most common usage of this idiom, let's pack the bags and hit the road. So I want to hear all of you using some of these words in your conversation and your time when you're on stage, and I'll give a thumbs up to that. And with that, I'll present my report in the end when called upon by our general evaluator again. So thank you so much and all the best to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manan, for giving us a range of words and not just the word of the day. And I hope that we will all be sharing our usage with the idioms and the words in the upcoming hour and a half of the meeting. With this, we have come to the end of the introduction of the auxiliary role players. I will be coming back to the auxiliary role players in my session as a general evaluator to share in the reports and give them a feedback. And for now, I would like to take the lead, an interim lead, by giving the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, that is Toastmaster Pravesh. So guys, let's give a huge round of applause to the man who is managing the dance.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manya, for handing over the stage. So, before we move forward, for the benefit of the guest, let me introduce the structure of the Toastmaster meeting. So, the Toastmaster meeting is generally divided into three parts. First, we have prepared speeches, then we have table topics, and then we have general evaluation. So, in prepared speeches section, the prepared speakers will come and they will deliver their speeches. In second, table topic session is there, in which there will be some impromptu topics will be given on which we need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Third is the general evaluation section, in which the speeches that has been given will be evaluated, and the table topics that has been delivered will be evaluated on the different parameters, like we have timings, our counters like grammarian, and all those things. So let's move forward with our theme, vacation. So it has been said that going on vacation has some other benefits as well. Like a person goes on vacation is more active and mentally fit than person who does not taken a vacation for a long time. So some of the benefits of vacations I have taken out and I want to highlight to you. So the first benefit of going on vacation is that it improves your mental health. So a person who does not went on vacation for a long time and a person who went on vacation on regular times, means after a specific period of time, so he is mentally more stable and active than a person who does not went on vacation for a long time. So this has been scientifically proved. Second is you get a quality amount of time with your family when you went on a vacation, and with your friends also. So you get to know each other very well, and this improves your relationship as well. So I think this is one of the another benefit of going on vacations. Uh, Another is it helps us in reducing the stress. A person who went on vacation is considered to be less stressful and more productive as compared to a person who have not went on any vacation for a long period of time. So that's how he becomes more productive and he reduces his stress and anxiety. Whereas the person who have not went on vacation for a long, his mindset, he remain in stress for a long time, and his productivity is also goes down. After that is another benefit of vacation is that whenever we become more creative whenever we go on vacations, because we deals with many different kind of things, like we click photographs, we make some plans outside and all those things. So making plannings and executing those plans and doing different things, that makes us more creative. So this is one of the another benefit of going on vacation, is that you become more creative. And uh, 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 you can inculcate more new habits. You can inculcate, like you can include photography in your hobbies. And one more is that it is said that whenever we went outside, it helps us in increasing our IQ to an immense level. So whenever we went outside somewhere, our IQ increases proportionally. So a person who went on vacation to different places is considered to have very good IQ as considered to a person who don't went on vacation frequently. So these are some of the benefits of vacations that I have shared with you. So now moving forward, let's move towards the section. And today we have first speech by Toastmaster Sujay. So let me call his evaluator to read out the objectives of his speech.
There's a slight mistake, Pravesh. I'm the like the evaluator actually, not the
Oh,
speaker.
sorry. So the speaker is Toastmaster
So
Suraj.
Suraj is
Okay.
Suraj is fine.
So sorry for the mistake.
No problem.
So let me call the evaluator Toastmaster Sujay to read out the objective for the speaker Toastmaster Suraj. And one thing I want to tell, since Suraj is delivering his icebreaker, so once he completed speech, so we must give him a standing ovation once he completes his speech to boost his confidence. So hand over to you, Toastmaster Sujay.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and also dear guests. Toastmasters Suraj, he'll be delivering his first speech. It's his icebreaker speech, and he'll be talking about hardworking and also dedication and also perseverance. Uh, 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 despite of so many difficulties, a boy cracked the toughest uh, engineering examination. So, Toastmasters, Suraj, it's uh, first first speech, uh, uh, first icebreaker speech. So, and I wish you all the very best. And over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
So thank you, Toastmaster Sujay, for reading out the objective. So Toastmaster Suraj, my introduction and struggle. Toastmaster Suraj, over to you, Toastmaster Suraj.
Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a story of a dedicated and persistent boy who always works hard to achieve his goal. He was born and brought up in a village. He was a Hindi medium student. He achieved something big in his life despite many difficulties. He was born in a poor family where his father was a barber, and going to an English medium school was not easy. But after much hardship, he achieved something big in his life. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today I will be giving an icebreaker speech for which is a chance for me to introduce myself. For those who don't know me, my name is Suraj Sen. I'm a maths teacher by profession and currently working with Akash Institute. And I did my BTech from IIT BHU. And the boy in the story is me, and this is my story. Now to move on in the story, I was not good in studies till 8th standard, but began to work hard. When I realized that my family financial condition is not good. While I was studying in the 9th standard, I studied hard and scored well in 10th class. And this gave hope for my better future to me and my family. My father paid for my coaching fees, where it was very difficult to prepare for engineering entrance exam when coaching fees were very high. Uh, I started attending the classes. Initially, I didn't really understand what was going in the classes, so I was about to quit. But then I got mentored by good teachers. They motivated and encouraged me. Suraj, you can do this. Never stop believing in yourself. So gradually, I started scoring well in tests, and I improved my rank, and I became good at maths and chemistry. But I was facing difficulties in physics, as it was tough for me. So I started taking help from my teachers and became and improved my command over physics and became more confident in subject, especially in chemistry and maths. I studied hard and I scored I scored very well in JEE Mains, but failed to crack JEE Advanced in my first attempt. I was so sad and demotivated, but I didn't give up on my dream of cracking JEE Advanced. So I started again preparing for the exam. This time I was more dedicated and persistent. I studied hard and cracked the exam. After cracking the exam, I got admission into the IIT BHU. So with that, I will end my story with a quote: no matter where you born, no matter where you live, the only thing that matters is how hardworking and persistent you are. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suraj, for such an
Great,
inspiration.
great inspiration.
So thank you, Toastmaster Suraj, for giving such an inspirational speech. I can understand how hard it is to crack IIT JEE because I am from science background and I was just able to clear IIT mains only, not able to reach the advanced. So I can understand how hard it is. 30 seconds time to give the feedback to the Toastmaster Suraj. And I want to request few members to give feedback here only to Toastmaster Suraj about his speech. So I request Toastmaster Manan, you can give your feedback to Toastmaster Suraj.
Wonderful Toastmaster Suraj. First of all, it was wonderful to hear you at a length. And as Toastmaster Pravesh said that, he's from science background. So I'm also from science background. I have given all of these tests, IIT, JEE, even I also gave PMT as well. So I've given a lot of entrance exams, so I can totally relate to what you said. So, and it was a wonderful speech. Good start.
Toastmaster Himani, can you give your feedback for Toastmaster Suraj's speech? Toastmaster Himani, I'm not audible.
She is unable to unmute.
Yeah, I
She
guess.
messaged.
Toastmaster
Yeah.
Priyanka, you can give your feedback. Is
Wonderful attempt. Wonderful attempt, Suraj. It doesn't look like that you are just attempting it on a first time. And to clear the IIT exam, it's a bit toughest task. I saw. I am also from science background earlier. Now I am a chartered accountant. But yeah, I have given the exams for IIT and PMC as well. Nice attempt. Wonderful.
So can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Suraj?
Thank you, everyone.
So let's move forward with our theme, vacation. So I have one travel trivia quiz for you. So let's see who is able to answer the questions. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, we can.
Name the largest art museum in the world. Anyone who knows the answer?
I'm not sure, but it should be in France.
The Louvre, France, I think. The Louvre, France, maybe.
It's in Paris, and the name of the museum is Louvre. Okay, next, let's move towards the next. Which is the tallest building in the world?
It's a Burj Khalifa, isn't
Yeah,
it?
correct.
Right.
Let's move to the next question. Which country has the highest number of lakes in the world?
Finland.
No. Any more answers?
It is Finland or Netherlands.
US.
No.
US. US.
No.
Iceland, I think.
Anyone more want to
But
guess?
some country in Europe. Some country in Europe.
No, it's
I'm
not
just
in Europe.
Googling and finding out.
It's in Canada. Canada has 563 beaches.
Oh, I'm going to Canada for my next vacation.
Take me. Along with you.
Which city is built on a lake?
I think
On a lake
Srinagar.
or on a canal?
I think
Sorry?
Srinagar. Srinagar. So I think Jammu was.
Any more guesses?
Yeah, it's in Europe. I'm just not getting the name.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
It's in Europe. That is not what I know.
No, you don't need.
Yes.
Anyone else want to try?
No. Venice?
No. It's in Mexican City. It's built on Lake Texcoco. So we will continue this after our second speech. So let me call on stage the evaluator for second speech. That's Toastmaster Priyanka. So I request Toastmaster Priyanka to read out the objective for Toastmaster Tanish's speech.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Today, I'll be evaluating the speech of TM Tanish. He is presenting his Level 2, Part 2 speech of Presentation Mastery. The object hereby is to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he uses non-verbal communication which while delivering a speech. For continuous improvement, it is better than delayed perfection. And for reducing the downtime of success, self-evaluation is a self-start. So all the best, TM Tanish. Over to you, Timot.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Tanish, concept of body language, Toastmaster Tanish, the stage is all yours.
I hope I'm audible and visible. Yeah.
Yes.
Good evening, all. Today I'm going to talk about body language and effectiveness of body language, how to use it. Now tell me honestly, what comes to your mind when you hear a speaker sounding like this? Anyone? Yes, TM Anand?
Dull and uninteresting.
I
Sorry?
feel nervousness.
Nervousness, maybe lousy, underconfident. Right. Good evening, all. I'm Tanish from Ludhiana Toastmasters. Today, I'm going to talk about the effectiveness of body language. I always wonder what makes one an exceptional communicator. Is it the words? Is it the content? Is it the message? Is it its tonality? Or does it have something to do with body language? Do you know 93% of communication is non-verbal and only 7% of communication is in words? Imagine 93% of communication is non-verbal and 7% is words. So if you can master this skill of effective body language, no matter how horrible your grammar is, your English is, your pronunciation is, you can still outperform others with non-verbal communication. Now the question is how to develop the effective body language. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to discuss about 4 methods which I use on mastering the effective body language. Number 1, avoiding eye contact. Now suppose if I talk like this in my speech and if I'm not maintaining eye contact, what message would that give? Anyone?
Very disinterested.
Very disinterested.
Diversion are there.
Diversion.
Lack of confidence.
Lack of confidence. Maybe I have something to hide. Right. So when giving a speech, it is very crucial to maintain our eye contact with the audience. When in a physical event, we can maintain eye contact with audience. And when in a virtual event, we can maintain our eye contact with the camera lens so that our message is going through effectively. Number 2, body movement and posture. Anyone here from sales background? No one?
Yes,
right.
computer science.
Computer science. No, from sales background. Persuasion, negotiation. No one? All right. So when I started my career in sales, I used to be a pathetic performer. My communication was very bad. My body language was pathetic. And I was not able to deliver the results. And that's when my mentor chipped in. And he told me, Tanish, you have to be an assertive communicator if you want to do well. So I started my communication assertively. And I started getting results only for a couple of months. After a couple of months, back to square one. And again, I started struggling. Again, my mentor chipped in. He told, Tanish, your verbal communication sounds okay, but what about non-verbal communication? You have a very contracting posture. I will tell you, I used to do like this in sales call. My handshake was very unformed. And my customers used to smell that maybe he's nervous. Maybe we can't trust this person. And my mentor told me the importance of having non-verbal communication. So there are 2 main things that he told me. One is expansion is equal to confidence. When the body is expanded, then we are confident. On the other side, when we're in a contracting pose, it means nervousness. This is nervousness. This is also nervousness. So he gave me a very good hack, how to increase your confidence in 2 seconds. Would anyone want to try this with me now? It's a very old technique. It is called Superman pose. So whenever you have to give a speech, give a presentation, you can give a Superman pose. And you will start feeling confident soon after. And this is what I learned in point number 2. Now, point number 3, facial expressions. You see, human beings are very expressive by their expressions. You know, if I give an expression like this, you would be able to make out that I am angry. If my expression is like this, you would be able to make out I'm sad. If my expression is like this, you would be able to make out I'm surprised. It is very difficult for a person to hide his facial expressions. And in my last company, when I was a leader, I had to manage people. I can't reveal my facial expressions in a while. And you know, when you have a team, people would come and give ridiculous ideas, but you can't say that. So I had to maintain a poker face, and I used to say, I understand. Because at the end of the day, my job is to inspire and motivate people. So facial expressions is something that cannot be hide, but we can consciously control. Last, number 4 is our gestures. Suppose if I'm talking like this, very rigid, very straight. Even if I'm speaking good and speaking bad, you won't give notice to me because my hands are very contracted and you start feeling disconnected. So we have to use our gestures when presenting. Again, there are negative gestures and positive. I can't pinpoint finger on you and talk like this. I can't show my back and talk. So whenever I'm speaking, I have to use positive and giving gestures. So, ladies and gentlemen, effective body language has transformed me as a good communicator, and I'm able to lead my team very well. And the person who can understand his body language can always read others' body language as well. So, if we are able to use effective body language, then it is very easy for us to communicate effectively and spread our message. That's it from my side, and back to TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanish, for such a nice speech on body language. It has been said that non-verbal communication weighs to 80% of our communications and verbal communication just 20%. So your body speaks more than your words. So that's we can make an effective communication through our body than our words. So let's move. 30-second time for giving comments to Toastmasters Tanish speech.
Wonderful insights, PM Tanis.
Okay, now it's time to move towards our theme again. Let's move back to our questions. Let's move to our next question. Which currency did Italy use before the euro?
Maybe pounds, GBP.
No.
Italia, something.
No. 1-2 more guesses. Anyone more want to try? It's lira. Lira, lira. Let's move to the next question. Which country that follows a 13-month calendar and is 7 years behind the rest of the world?
China.
Sorry?
China.
No.
North Korea.
North Korea.
It could be North Korea if they don't follow rules.
Okay, we need to move fast. It's time, more time. So the correct answer is Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
Let's move to the next question. What is the only living structure visible from space?
Earth.
Great Wall of China.
No.
Living structure, you mean?
How is
Wall of
that a living
could be
structure?
non-living.
I'm not sure.
Amazon, what do you call it? Amazon rainforest.
No. Sorry, but no. The correct answer is it's the Great Barrier Reef and it's in Australia. Moving towards the next question. Which country has no rivers?
Maybe a country in Africa somewhere.
Maybe in Middle East.
Sahara Desert somewhere.
Vatican City. Maybe.
No. The correct answer is it's Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
Let's move towards our last question.
Europe. Is it? I'm not sure.
So last question you can see here. Where is the Dead Sea located?
Jordan.
Yeah, it's
Middle East. Middle
you are
East.
nearly correct. It's on the border. It's located in Asia, bordered by between Jordan and Israel. So it share border with Jordan and Israel.
Where is Red Sea then? Red Sea is in
Google it.
Europe, na?
Google it. I don't know. So before ending up my session, I just want one of the guests to share. If they want, they can share one of their vacation stories which they want to share with us. If any guest want to share something. Or any member want to share.
Toastmaster Pravesh, I think I'll get this covered in TTM session.
Okay then. That's all from my side. I hand over the stage to the TTM.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Pravesh, for nudging us that we should take a downtime from our work and go on vacations more often. So it was a very good quiz. Thank you. So it's time for a group picture, a good group picture. Toastmaster Manan, could you please help me? Can we have you? Yes, on camera. Yes, everyone is coming. Rahul,
Yes.
Vidushi. Toastmaster Pravesh, any gesture you want us to make? Pravesh is not there. So, any gesture, any popping from anyone's mind? Victory sign or something else?
I can only think of
I think
this one.
like Suraj did some very cool.
I think
things.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you all do like this as
That's also
Suraj
fine.
suggested?
Yeah, this one. This is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are just taking
Flying.
off. Okay.
On the count of three, guys. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manan. Okay. So, hello everyone. I am back with super exciting session, which is table topic session. So, before hitting the road, let me ask you, what is the significance of this session? Why is it important? Just one word you can just pop up. You can tell us one word, few thoughts,
Impromptu speaking skills.
right? Why is it important?
A lot of times we are actually supposed to think on our feet, and we are not in a situation to say something already which is in our mind. So I guess the significance arises from the fact that more often than not in our daily lives, we have to speak impromptu. So that's why it is very important, I believe.
Very well said. It challenge very well said. It challenges members to develop their impromptu communication skills and to effectively think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. So, as we all know, travel vacations always make some amazing stories. Make us dive in picturesque views and abundance of serenity. And it leads me down a path of curiosity about vacations, past, present, and future. So we'll have table topics about vacation, travel. So before the start of the session, let's come to the timings. So your impromptu speech must be at least 1 minute and not more than 2 minutes. You will see a green signal at 1 minute. That is your minimum time. A yellow signal at 1:30 and red signal at 2 minutes. And I also encourage everyone to use word and idiom of the day. So let's get started. So who would like to nominate yourself first? I think I should have one Toastmaster, the first member. Can we have Bhavesh, please? Bhavesh, would you like to give it a try?
I can give a try, but then someone has to take care of the timing.
All right. Toastmaster Manan, can you please help?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Just for my, you can
All right.
at the timing. Then I'll take
Yes,
care
yes.
of my role.
So I have 7 table topics with me, and you can pick any digit, 1 to 7.
One, let's go with one.
That's great. Toastmaster Bhavesh. Spouse is the best vacation partner. Agree or disagree? Spouse is the best vacation partner. Agree or disagree? Toastmaster Bhavesh.
A bit inexperienced I am about this topic, I would say, because I am not married. I wish to in future, but as of yet I am unmarried. Let's give it a thought and a perspective though. More often than not, we like to travel with our friends and family, and I have visited some beautiful location, some picturesque locations in the past, and that have helped me a lot in terms of mental health, in developing my personality because of my family. And whenever we are going out with our friends, we are doing all the kind of shit which we are not supposed to do, right? But the thing of if I have to think in the shoes of a married man, and in future, if I'll be going with my life partner, with my spouse, I don't think that it will be less than a happy experience for me because I am a romantic person by nature, and I like to explore all the beautiful places and the romantic locations with my partner. So that would be a fun thing to do. And as a matter of fact, um, it is a stated fact that whenever you and your partner are traveling to some destination, you get to know a lot about one another because you are staying together, you are traveling together, you get to know about their mindsets, how they like to behave or do when they are on vacations. So that actually talks about a lot of their personality, your personality, how you are mingling with one another. Are you liking your spouse's company for a longer period of time? So all these things are very much important in my perspective. And so to answer your question, Imani, I would say that it will be a happy experience in my perspective. So yeah, that's it from my side. Over to you, Imani. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavesh. That's a wonderful take. Thank you. That's a good start. The session. Now we can we have more volunteers? I would like that some guests should participate. Can we have Adesh? Sorry, Adesh. Are you okay? Hello.
Yes, Himani, you're audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Thank you. So can we have? I'm so sorry for that technical glitch. Can we have Adesh? Would you like to give
Sure.
it a try?
Yes, why not?
All right. Okay. Toastmaster Adesh, tell us a story about a vacation disaster. Tell us a story about a vacation disaster. Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Himani, for an interesting table topic. Uh, for a vacation disaster, I would just say that it was lately only when I went for the vacation in McLeod. Uh, most of us were colleagues. One person got incredibly sick during travel, and unfortunately, that person ended up vomiting on the shoes of the girl who had dressed up and dolled up for going out on a nightclub with us. And how it turned out to be a disaster, that I'll tell you in a short while. Before I'll just describe what was the scene like. So again, in the picturesque hills, having a nice downtime, we were embarking on this nightclub, and all of us all decked up and dolled up for this, what can we say, a night of debauchery. And so I would say, okay, everyone was happy drinking, and then my best friend and my colleague, he just did a little over, and he ended up vomiting on our boss who was wearing her precious new shoes. And that was the most funniest and most embarrassing thing which could have happened on a work vacation. So that is what the disaster which went on our vacation. Thank you so much for the time. Audible? I just don't know if I am at this point.
Yes, you are. You are.
So anyway, that was the disaster which happened on the vacation. I don't know if Toastmaster Himani is there right now, but that's all from
Uh,
my.
but this seems like an interesting story. Till the time even Mari joins us back, maybe you can continue with this.
Yeah, sure.
I guess Toastmaster Mani isn't available, but I can carry on the session with you guys. So can I have the next volunteer? I can give a topic on this one. Any guests who would like to take one? Please, guess Sachin is there. Sachin, would you like to give it a shot?
Yeah, I can give a short.
Okay.
I mean,
So
after all,
Sachin,
Toastmaster is all about learning together.
indeed. So it's always a learning experience. There are no losses. You gain some learning. So since you're a guest, I'll give you a very mild topic so that you can easily grasp it. So guess Sachin, my favorite travel destination. My favorite travel destination. Guess Sachin.
Yes, so I would like to recall the memories when I was a kid. I guess I was in second standard or so, and it was like the first journey where we are heading towards, I mean, south of India, how it is all about, and we embark upon a journey which is like quite far away, if seen from the perspective of a second standard student. And I was like, MG, there are also relatives located at that location, and I have to visit them after long. And we got to see new people and new food, and I was like, plenty of things are going in my mind, and I was quite excited. So we went, and it was like, it was like I haven't traveled in train for a day or more than a day, and it was a quite wholesome experience, I would say. And then we reached there and we explored some beaches. First we visited Vishakhapatnam, and one of my relative was posted there. He was working in the Indian Navy, and so we happened to see some submarines and ships, INS Virat, if I could remember clearly. And it was like everything. I thought that I have come to a different country or so, and I got to know a bit more about the beaches, and it was like quite exotic experience for me. So yeah, it was my first trip, but the memories are still quite fresh. Thank you everyone for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin, for sharing your experience.
Man, you're not audible again. Maybe you can
The
type the
next
topic in the chat.
participant. Yeah,
Yeah, now you're on.
yeah. Can we have the next participant, please?
I think I
Can
can
we have
try.
more guests? Sujay wants to try. Okay. So, Toastmaster Sujay, if I were to check your hand luggage when traveling, what are the things I would find? Toastmaster Sujay, if I were to check your hand luggage when traveling, what are the things I would find?
Thank you, Toastmaster Himani. It's a very interesting topic, and of course, it's a very in a funny topic too. For me, if I'm traveling, and the first thing I personally believe is to have least luggage, which will eventually translate into into uh, 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 in more comfort. So me personally, like I barely carry much luggage, especially if it's my hand baggage. It'll always it will always have a book, and like my and of course my toiletries, and a few clothes, and of course my comb. Like I'm extremely particular about my comb, and of course my ID cards, and I'll be also carrying an extra power bank with me, since I'm extremely particular about taking photographs, especially 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 of myself. And I personally I also enjoy in solo traveling a lot, since that, like, if we travel if we travel in a group, we always have to be dependent on the others also to see like everybody else's comfort and also attraction and interest. On the contrary, if you're traveling alone, you can spend as much as time uh, 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 at a particular place. Oh yeah, that will be my like. Uh, if I'm carrying any hand baggage, it'll be like alone only with myself. Thank you so much.
Himani, your voice is not audible. Is it just for me or for everyone?
That's for
It's with everyone. I guess TM Vani, you should turn off your video, maybe because of the low bandwidth.
Probably you can take off your headset and just try again, and just and reinsert the headset and see if it working.
Can we ask few guests to volunteer themselves?
Yeah, I want to participate.
Manya there, otherwise I can manage the session. If you can have the
Yes,
next one.
Tejas.
Yeah,
I think Tejas has raised his hand, so we should give him a chance at least.
yeah. So Tejas, you can volunteer. Mani, are you audible? If you can just try to say a few sentences. Yeah. You can type down the topic maybe in the chat. So guess Tejas, the topic has been posted in the chat box. It's like beach, hill station, or world-class city. Which travel destination suits you? Like, what kind of person are you?
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're clearly audible.
Yes, you
So,
are.
firstly, it was a good experience. Like, I too had that strong urge of speaking out because I saw everyone delivering so excellent speeches. And as for the topic under consideration, I would classify myself as a person who prefers hill stations more. Hill stations, owing to the fact that they provide like sort of fresh air and recreation. Moreover, what we see at the hill station is something that's quite enlightening, given to the fact that these hill stations are quite away from the hustle bustle of the city like that we face every single day, especially when you are living in a metropolitan city like Delhi or Bombay, etc. Moreover, these hill stations, as for the hill stations, it's a good tourism spot, and um, I remember like going to one of the hill stations. It's at a low elevation, but it's called Matheran. It's in Bombay. Basically this hill station provides like good amount of fauna that's basically which basically comprises of apes, monkeys, etc. And you can also find certain species of birds. There's also I also like want I've never visited, but I want to visit hill stations like Shimla because they have good reputation, and states like Sikkim because of their natural beauty. It's been like I've not been to these hill stations, but I truly look forward to going there because it's going to be a great experience as for what I've heard from friends and other family members. And the thing I like most about hill stations is basically the folk that's there, and the folk is more quite kind of aware towards their environment, and hence they do not themselves create any sort of uncleanliness, and also promote cleanliness amongst those and expect this from the outsiders. So with this, I'm proud to propose. Thank you.
Yes, Himani has left due to some network problems. So I think we have already surpassed the bandwidth for a PTM session. So can we have polls for let's say without a speaker? Manan, if I'm missing something you wish to add, because I'm just new to this format, if you can suggest anything.
Yeah. So, are we done with the table topic session, dear Manya?
Yeah, actually, because it's
Okay,
already
so let me just
8:30.
launch. Yeah, sure. Let me just launch polls for the best table topic speaker. We can hold our opinion and then we can move forward.
So we are having the polls for the best role player at the moment. So guys, you can raise your hands once you're done with the votes. That we will proceed.
Thank you, everyone. I've got your opinion. Just in case you've missed marking your opinion, you can ping that your opinion directly to me, and I'll add it to the general consensus. And thank you. And over to you, GE.
Thank you. So a huge round of applause for the table topic section, guys. Can I have a huge round? It's finally the time that we proceed to the last and the most crucial segment for a Toastmasters meeting. It is going to be the breakfast time for its like feedback is the breakfast of the champions, and we are here to become a champion of public speaking arena. Isn't it? A yes, no, because it's engaged. Great. All right. So, in the interest of time, let me quickly start with the evaluation section. And I would like to bring up on stage the first evaluator of the meeting. That was Toastmaster Sujoy Joseph, who would be evaluating Toastmaster Suraj's speech. So, over to you, Toastmaster Sujoy.
What an excellent speech. And although it was his first attempt, it was like his icebreaker. I think he totally nailed it. His expression, excessive usage of hands, and of course and also like his content. It was like it was really inspiring, and also really motivating. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters uh, and guest. I'll be like evaluating the speech uh, of Toastmasters uh, uh, Suraj uh, using the CRC approach. That is uh, the commendation, uh, a recommendation, and conclusion. And in terms of the commendation, I mean I can feel like what he went through. It's a big achievement to actually to come on the stage and uh, to address the address the crowd. So like it's uh, I want to congratulate him on uh, his first speech, and and in terms of recommendation, uh, it's a small, tiny recommendation to maybe if he can like memorize the speech, uh, in a better way, he'll be able to uh, recall like a speech better. And as a conclusion, it was an excellent speech. It was a very motivating, a very good, and also like it was an excellent. I mean, and also like an excellent, usage of the hands. And I would request him to continue giving speeches here. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sujo.
So much Toastmaster Joy. Now I would like to call upon stage Toastmaster Priyanka as the next evaluator. Over to you, Priyanka.
Body language speaks much more succinctly and honestly than mere spoken words. Rightly said by our very own PM Tanish, he had nailed the project, the body language. So I am starting with his good part in which he had excelled. So he had started with very good usage of non-verbal communication. He interacted with the audience, and I feel that I am sitting in front of him. So it was quite interactive. He had asked for the bad body language he has used initially, and later on, also he asked few questions regarding non-verbal communication from the audience, which makes audience more comfortable and connected. So good part for that. Secondly, I feel the speech was well structured. Initially, he has started with bad body postures. Then he came to how we should correct it. So he took only four components for the body language. First one is regarding avoiding eye contact. So while you are talking with your audience and you are just on a virtual stage or an offline meeting, then how should you be connect with your audience? So good part for that. Second, body movement and postures. I feel uh, the speaker connected us with his real life examples. So initially, he has started with his first experience as a fresher in customer support sales and how he had achieved the goal to become the assertive speaker with his leads. Then he chose to become a non-verbal communicator and give us a few tips like Superman pose. And if you expand your arms, then you will be more confident. And if you will be like contracting your arms, then it show the shyness or the nervousness. So good part. Third, I feel he had used very good usage of a facial expression, which are adding ice on the cake. So these are the good points. I have only few recommendations for him. I think I believe if you will use more voice modulation, then definitely you will hit the road and embark for the new journey. So if you are inculcating the non-verbal communication with voice modulation, like while you are interacting with your boss who is giving you the tips, or you are giving the tips to us for expansion and contraction, then I feel it will be good if you use the voice modulation there. Secondly, your speech was quite insightful, but in the end, I feel ending should be more picturesque. And you can challenge yourself by adding few quotes in the starting or at the end. So to conclude here, I feel the speech was really a good. He had given the really good facial expressions, given the real life examples, body language, and just a small recommendation, add voice modulation or few quotes in your speech. All the best for future speeches.
Thank
Over
you
to
so
you,
much.
general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priyanka. Now, do we have the polls for the best evaluator? Or shall I proceed with my evaluation? One. Having polls, I think.
Manan, I think it is launched. Toastmaster Manan, can you confirm, please?
Yes, the polls for best evaluator are live. You can log in your opinion.
So I'll proceed with my feedback for the evaluators and thereafter we'll have the observators. So starting with Toastmasters Sujan. It was an impeccable evaluation, putting me stretched over till the end, motivated the first timer, that is the icebreaker speech, and overall all the points are covered of the recommendations. The only recommendation which I have for the evaluator is that for the CRC approach, the acronym stands for commendation, recommendation, and not commendation, recommendation, and conclusion. So it means that you have to start with a positive aspect of the speech, followed by the recommendations, and thereafter end with the commendations again. A conclusion which you called as a summary can follow after the commendation again. So this means it's like of a sandwich and not a summary at the end of the recommendation. So whenever you provide an evaluation to the next budding speaker, keep in mind you start with some positive aspects of the speech, proceed with some concrete examples, which I somehow felt were missing in the evaluation. Like you can completely point out which part you feel could have needed some improvisation from the speaker's end. And thereafter concluded with a commendation, not a summary. A summary can follow the commendation that Toastmaster Priyanka just portrayed. Now coming to the second evaluator, Toastmaster Priyanka. So she covered all the necessary points to follow the proper CRC approach. She started with commendations, proceeded to recommendations, gave commendation, and then even provided further summary, which was like a nutshell and a concise grip of all what were the points of which the speaker excelled and what he needs to improve. Now, moreover, she also had the eye contact which she took from the speaker's speech. She reiterated the quote which she heard from the speaker, so which means that she could actually bring back to us the recollections from the speaker's speech and connect it back to the moment when we were trying to Toastmaster Tanish's body language speech. Now, what she can improve upon her the next evaluation is regarding the time limits, because I knew that she started with her recommendations once 2 minutes were up, and this limited her ability to actually elaborate upon the recommendations. Like where was the actual point where voice modulation was needed? I don't know what actually voice modulation meant in the speaker's speech. So explanation of body language, explanation of these content could have been better if the time limit would have been better managed. Secondly, I think that illustrations could have been better supported in the commendation as well as recommendation section, so that I could connect well and in which point of the speech and in what and how the speaker can improve. So with this concretized feedback, I think the speaker can get a better hindsight and an insight into what they can do better. So with this, I end my feedback for the evaluators and would like to proceed with the auxiliary role play section. And for that, I would first like to call upon stage the Romanian for the day, that is Toastmaster Manan, to share his information. Over to you.
Well, thank you so much, TM Manya. So hello everyone, as a grammarian, I'm back. I've heard all of you on stage, and I must tell you, for the amount of words that I gave you all today, there are a few people who have used it to the maximum as they can. So the good ones, Toastmasters who have used the maximum amount of word of the day are TM Priyanka, TM Himani, Guest Adesh, and TM Manya as well. So now, before jumping on to what we can improve, let me just tell you guys some of the good words that I heard on stage today. So one of which is assertive, then wholesome, hustle bustle, contractive, and there was one idiom which is commonly used, but I've heard it after such a long time, which is back to square one. So these were some of the good usages. Now coming to the areas where we can improve and some of the mispronunciations that I heard on stage. So let's talk about the mispronunciations. First of all, went. I went there. So the went is mispronounced in this situation. It is called went. Similarly, beaches, not beaches. Oh. Then we have lakhs, city of lakhs. not lacks, but lakes. Okay, and then let's hear about some of the improved sentence structure. I got mentored could have been in a better way was I was mentored. Then you will start feeling confident soon after. It could have been said in a better way, like you will start feeling confident immediately. The next one is you give notice to me. So the correct usage of the correct construction of this sentence would be if you notice me, right? So with that, I would say overall the usage of language on the stage was good. In most of the parts, there were certain areas that could have been better. So I hope my report and my suggestion would really help you to make your language more refined when next time you will come onto the stage. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Matt. And now I would like to proceed with the our counter of the day, that is Toastmaster Rajesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manya, for inviting me once again. So I would like to show my counter report, and this is my counter report. I think you can also see. Uh, uh, Wait, I'm elaborating. Yeah, Toastmaster Pravesh, he has used a filler word many times, and so sometimes. Toastmaster Bhavesh, he has used a filler word sometimes, and Toastmaster Sujay, he has used a filler word for sometimes, and Toastmaster Suraj, he has used a filler word many times, and Toastmaster Priyanka, she has used a filler word sometimes, and at last, I would like to say Toastmaster Tanish, he didn't use any kind of filler words. I was trying to search a filler, but I didn't able to find any kind of filler word about Toastmaster Tanish. He was our second speaker. So over to you, Toastmaster Manya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rajesh. And now let's call upon stage the last but never the least and the most crucial person who makes sure that we finish and end the meeting, start and finish the meeting time. That is the timer of the day, Toastmaster Bhavesh.
Thank you so much, Manya. Hi everyone again. So I have my report with me, and I'll just share my screen so that you all can also see. Is the screen visible, guys? Okay.
Yes, Bhavesh.
So as you can see, for the prepared speeches, there were two speakers, of course. Toastmaster Suraj, he finished his speech in 3 minutes 45 seconds, which were less than the allotted time of 5 to 7 minutes of range. So he could do better at that. Toastmasters Tanish Shyal, he was in the time. He finished in 6 minutes 52 seconds. Coming to table topics, Toastmasters Bhavesh Metwani, he spoke for 2 minutes 20 seconds. Guest Adesh, he spoke for 1 minute 30 seconds. Guest Sachin, he spoke for 1 minute 53 seconds. Toastmaster Sujay, 2 minutes 7 seconds. Guest Tejas, 1 minute 57 seconds. For evaluation, Toastmaster Sujay again, he spoke for 3 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Priyanka, 3 minutes 24 seconds. And Toastmaster Manya for 2 minutes 2 seconds. For auxiliary role players, Toastmasters Manan, 2 minutes 23 seconds. And Toastmaster Rajesh, 1 minute 27 seconds. So overall, all were in the time range with the 30 seconds of race periods at the end. So I'm happy with the time, and yeah, wish you all the very best. Over to you, Maya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bhavesh. So now we will have the polls for the best observer.
poll is on your screen, guys. Please log in your opinion.
Let me know once the polls are done and I'll proceed with my feedback.
Thank you, everyone. Just in case you missed punching in your opinion, you can directly ping it to me and add it to the general consent. Thank you, and over to you again.
Right. Thank you so much, guys. So I'll start with the feedback, starting with the domain of the day, that was Toastmaster Management. So what I particularly liked about this role was that it was after a long gap that I finally found someone who could perform the role as per my needs. Firstly, I appreciated that it was a contextual understanding of the role, which means that Toastmaster Man was able to bring us with words of the day, and not just the word of the day, and they were contextually suited to the topic of the day, that was travel. So picturesque, down, and every other word was well suited as well as the idiom. Secondly, I really like the calm and the poised kind of demeanor which he is having on stage. He was managing the backhand work of the meeting, the silent arms, and this role as well, and noted out each and every point that was of mispronunciation, the good usages, and followed the CRC approach given in the Grenadians report. So that were the top points that stood out in my report. Now, only recommendation which I would have, it's not a recommendation but just a suggestion, that when I'm looking at your screen, your face, like your head, is getting cut in the camera. So when you're speaking, make sure that you use your hands, your entire torso is visible in the camera, so that we can see you much more free with your body language and not constricted with the space you have. So maybe you can distance yourself at one arm distance from your screen, so that your entire demeanor can be visible to us when you speak. So this can come handy for the speeches, but overall for the auxiliary role players report, it was completely fine. Now going to the next person, which was the R counter, who was the R counter, that is Toastmaster Rajesh. So Toastmaster Rajesh, it was a well-collated report. I could see that immaculately pointed out the and all the crutches, the repeated sounds for all the speakers. The only recommendation for you is that actually, I have two recommendations. Firstly, to enhance the readability of the report, maybe you can zoom in your report a bit and share it on screen. Secondly, if you're not comfortable in typing down, it gets tedious, you can even verbally share the report and we can easily hear you. It's not mandatory to have a screen share session for this report. And one feedback for you overall is that to not be so mechanical and constricted on stage. When I saw you demonstrating your introductory session before, when you were describing the role of our counter, you just spoke everything in a single flow, as you had just learned and just spoke it on stage. So I would suggest you to free up yourself and be more natural, smile a bit more, and engage with the audience. Like just now you smile. This will make us also smile and connect with you better rather than just hearing about the room. Because we are sitting here in this room every Thursday, we know what our counter does, but we should be hearing from you, and hearing from you in a lively manner would just enhance the overall impact on the audience. That's a takeaway I think you can have from this stage. Now, coming to the last, that's the most important one, that is time with Toastmaster Bhavesh. The Toastmaster Bhavesh, what I really liked about his performance was his crisp, clear voice. He was well rehearsed with this report, because I believe that Times report is the most tedious one to learn and speak on stage while giving the production. The screen was shared on time. There was no glitches or hiccups anywhere experienced. The only recommendation is that firstly enhance the readability again for the report if you're sharing your screen, which means that instead of just showing us the 3 minutes, 2 minutes dimension, you can color code your report like green, yellow, and red cut limit wherein the speaker ended the speech, so that it would be easier for us to identify wherein we actually stop, instead of just giving us a clear cut time recommendation. It's just about increasing your feel on the report. And secondly, one pertinent thing which I pointed out is that the general evaluator does not get counted in the evaluation for the evaluation section, wherein you added 2 minutes, 2 seconds to me. However, I would be counted in the role player section. So that is the small mechanical error which can be improved. With this, I come to the end of of their role players evaluation. So do we have the polls for role player? Because I presume that they were taken up in the TTM session itself.
Yeah, I guess we did launch them midway. So let me just recreate them and I just relaunch them.
Okay, if it's gonna take time, I can quickly give the feedback for the team or and the TTM. Or if you want, I can use it.
Guys, the poll for best role player is on your screen. Please vote for the person who you believe played their role the best. Thank you, everyone. We've got the results now.
Am I audible? Can you hear me clearly? Because I think there's a network glitch on my end.
Yes, now you are
We
audible.
can hear you but cannot see.
Now, is it audible? I'm audible. You can see me clearly. Great. All right. So I'll give a brief line of feedback for the team or as a team. So Toastmaster Pravesh as the Toastmaster of the day, he is the role with the team, which was we were able to connect with it. There was a lot of interaction. The questions and the travel stories made me take a mental break and leave out all the stress of daily life and take a mental flight to a travel destination. So it was creative also. It had spin the questions and overall it was a well packaged section. The recommendations from him are that to just that's the biggest thing which I think all the upcoming teammates can take. That is to stick to one topic at a time. So when you're talking about travel destinations, it should incorporate the general knowledge section for travel destinations at home. So I think that session would have been done in a manner that it talked about more about location and not about countries and a general knowledge quiz which extended over to the two sections. So having a constricted and and a kind of limited approach can enhance a better connect with the audience. Maybe the Toastmaster there could have connected with the different realms of vacations like beach vacation, mountain vacation, and divided his section into 3 halves by the kind of travel different destinations. So that's the pertinent recommendation for him.
Toastmaster Manya, were you speaking about me? Actually, I think I got disconnected for a while.
No, it was about Toastmaster of the day. That was Toastmaster Pravesh.
Okay.
And the next, the TTM, that was Toastmaster Yamani. So due to some technical errors and some hiccups, we were not able to hear the topics clearly. However, I really appreciate the kind of effort the lady had put in to bring in such innovative topics related to the theme of the day. So I think that was best thing that stood out was the connect with the theme. Secondly, I think the only recommendation for the topic sake I have is that the table topics master can see if the topics are speakable or not. For instance, I found like one topic, what all things would you like to carry in your luggage bag? So these type of topics can be a bit tedious for the guests to expand and elaborate if you are stepping on stage for the first time. So these type of topics can be avoided if in case we we are expecting a high number of guests, or you're giving a topic to a Toastmaster, then it's completely acceptable to us. Otherwise, it was good session, keeping in mind that the topics were well rehearsed, well
Money,
predictable.
your voice is cracking.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
All right. So with this, I sum up my session for feedback and hand over the stage to Toastmaster Mani to take it forward.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manya. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Manya, for your detailed evaluation and be the savior today against the technical glitches that I had today. So, can we have a huge round of applause for her? And yes, thank you everyone for your wonderful participation. And it's time for the feedback. So, I would like to have the feedback from the guests. So, can we start with Toastmaster Adesh? How did you find the meeting?
Excellent, actually, because I've been in many Toastmasters meetings before for a very young club. It was very well organized. And as a person who has been also an in charge and a role bearer, I think Toastmaster Manya deserves a round of applause. I've never seen a general evaluator so concise in evaluations. And I have been a part of Toastmasters for 3 years. So I've seen many general evaluators in my life, so I know how it is. And never I have seen such concise and such crisp evaluations on every role. So that was a big part. Otherwise, I think everyone was very well prepared. And I think you should keep it up. I'm very happy that I was a part of today's meeting with you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Adesh. Hope to have you in next meeting too. All right. Now we can move to Sachin. Hi, Sachin.
Hi, Himani. Am I audible?
Yes. You can
So
tell
it
us how
was
did you find the meeting?
okay. The meeting was quite nice. I've been exploring Toastmasters from, I guess, a couple of months, and the main thing that interrupted in between was my first sem exams. As I said earlier, I wasn't able to attend the previous meeting, and the thing that you are doing and all the I mean, the structure of this meeting is quite. I think it's the learning is quite wholesome. We can learn new words, and everybody is given a role. That's a quite good thing. Everybody, like someone is given the evaluation thing, and the other person is a timer and grammarian. Everybody has a role to play, and everyone is like given the opportunity to speak. So to me, it was quite a thing to learn new skills, and of course we all are here to learn together. So one thing is clear, I'll be becoming a Toastmaster. I'm not right now, I'm not sure with my mind if I'll join this club or any other, because physical classes are also there, for physical meetups are also there for other clubs also. So it was a really nice experience, and I was quite proud to be a part of today's meet. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin. You should definitely start your Toastmaster journey very soon.
Yeah, of course. I do.
Okay, now we have guest Tejas. Hi, Tejas.
So good evening, everybody. It was really a good experience, like seeing everybody speak confidently, good speeches as well as good amount of evaluation. Well, basically, this was my first ever meet in the Toastmasters. The main reason that was actually preventing me was the age restriction. Basically, I turned 18 this year March itself, so I was not able to join it prior to that. Now I'm exploring it. So this was my first experience, but it was really nice, and I appreciate everyone's efforts. The amount of knowledge delivered, some certain new words. It was really nice.
Thank you. We would like to see you as a Toastmaster.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we have. I think I've covered all the guests. All right. So now it's time for awards. So, award for best speaker. So now it's time to you can unmute yourself and you can make wild guesses. So, award for best speaker. We have Toastmaster Suraj, Toastmaster Tanish. What is your guess?
Tough call.
Yes. Well, award for best speaker goes to Toastmaster Tanish. Huge congratulations. Otherwise, both the speeches were very good. All right. Now, award for best table topic speaker. Today, guests have participated. So, I think I've already given you a hint. No guesses. No one is making wild guess.
Adesh. I guess it has to be Adesh.
All right. Award for best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Adesh. Many,
Thank you
many
so
congratulations.
much. Thank you so much.
Well deserved. All right. So award for best evaluator.
I think
No one is.
Toastmaster Priyanka.
Yes, rightly said. Award for best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Priyanka. Huge congratulations, Toastmaster Priyanka. Now we have best auxiliary role player.
Toastmaster Manan.
Well, it's a tie.
Taskmaster
So
Bhavesh.
award for yeah, award for best auxiliary role player goes to Toastmaster Bhavesh and Toastmaster Manan. Many, many congratulations to you both. And last but not the least, we have award for best role player.
I think that's gotta be GE.
Yeah,
What I
Toastmaster Manya, I believe Toastmaster.
So one and only. Award for best role player goes to Toastmaster Manya. Very well deserved.
So much money brought me back the memories of the online series.
Okay. So now it's time to wrap up the meeting, and we always wrap up the meeting with our signature slogan. So our signature slogan, I think I should give the virtual
Yeah.
stage to Toastmaster Rajesh. I think now he's completely well versed with the
And
slogan. So on count
yeah,
of three, Toastmaster Rajesh will recite the slogan.
Okay, please count.
3, 2, 1.
In Weave to lead, leaders don't stop until they are on the top.
Oh, very nice. Finally. So yes, on count of three, all of us can recite. In Weave to lead, leaders don't
leaders
stop
don't stop
Leaders don't talk.
until they're on the top.
until they are on the top. So thank you everyone. Thank you for your time. So see you next week.
Thank
Till then,
you.
bye bye.
Bye.
bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Have a great
Bye.
day ahead.